Hey folks, guess I'll finally start to get around to trying to do these vlog things again. Been meaning to do that for a while. I sat down and wrote myself a script for it here a while ago, and then just kept putting it off and putting it off, and then I went to the fair tonight, and and after eating about 3 days worth of food for dinner, I came to a conclusion: I eat too much. But and then after that, I came to another conclusion because that first one's a story for another time. My other conclusion was that a lot of the people that kind of inspire me to do these things usually just sat down and did them. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down and just ramble for a couple of minutes because well, I'm already doing something like that on Ustream, but that's, kind of a fixed point thing because, I usually know I'm going to have time for that at, 9:30 on Tuesday nights, or at least that's the plan right now. But, it turns out I'm not getting a lot of viewers for that, so it's time to maybe change the model a little bit and, maybe see what happens when I try Ustream and doing videos on my actual blog a little more. Because I guess I've heard that saying, much as anyone else, that, the definition of madness is, keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result each time. So, anyway, I guess I'll, just sit here and, blabber on about my, adventure at the fair tonight. Because I was, as I may have mentioned before, I got myself one of these iPhone dealies here, the other day, and as I was sitting there trying to, figure it out, I, just figured out, hey, I may as well just start doing things with it and learn as I go, because maybe that'll help me figure things out. So anyway, I got out there, went to get my car and go to the fair. Came across a rather interesting bird, on the way to the car. Uh, you know, I think it's one of those, fancy doves we got up north of where I live. But I got a couple of decent pictures and even a video or two of it before I got in the car and left. So I'll post those to places where I post things like that, and you'll know when that happens, and if you know what it is, I hope you'll let me know because I'm not really sure myself. But one of the things I was kind of hoping to do is, while I was there, was find a kind of a belt case for this new gadget of mine because I well somehow it just doesn't seem quite the cool thing to do to keep carrying it around in my pocket like I did with my old phone. But after sitting around the apartment here for too long after work, and then messing around trying to figure out what kind of bird I was looking at in my parking lot here, I wound up getting there too late to get into the place where they sold stuff like that. But I still enjoyed looking around at all the midway games and all the rides, even though not much for that kind of game, not much of a rider, because I've always been more a looker when I go to things like that. Still spent about 25-30 bucks on about, like I said, 3 days worth of food. But hey, that's part of why I go do that. Part of what's fun for me. I'm probably gonna wind up regretting it later, but it's that's for later. I certainly enjoyed myself tonight, and will probably go back again next year. Because I really do enjoy going to the fair. And then coming up over Labor Day, here's a state fair. And if from the way things are looking, I might actually have a chance to go to that this year. Not necessarily getting my hopes up or anything, but if I play my cards right, I might actually get a chance to go see what's there this year. Because I always do like going and looking at stuff at those things. Even if I don't necessarily play the games or buy anything or eat too much, because it's always fun to just go and look at that stuff. You know, because it gives me something to talk about when I do these videos, which is pretty much the thing that really gets the people who inspired me to get into all this video stuff. I always did things. I always just went out and did stuff and told people about it. And hey, maybe once I learned to actually edit these things decently and how to produce videos, maybe I'll actually have some of that to share too. But all of this is gonna be for coming down the road, hopefully sometime soon. But until then, I will see you around. Have a good evening, everybody.